Hey, good evening. Welcome to another edition of The Screen Team. What is The Screen Team? We are movie reviews. That's what we're all about. We love to do movie reviews, whether it's on classic movies, whether it's movies on DVD, whether it's movies new to the theater. We want you to know before you go. That's what we're all about. So we're going to be doing a theme show for you this evening, and we've got one of our favorite guest reviewers here on the show. We have got the very lovely Sue with the Poplar, Bluff Public Library. Sue, it's good to see you again.
I don't know, but flattery may get you everywhere today, Chris.
It does.
Thank you so much.
It does. Sue, first off, we've got a trilogy, if you will, of movies that star Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan.
Yes, and the chemistry between those two is incredible, and that's one of the things they constantly talk about with the films that we're going to do today. So I hope to get a chance to talk a little bit about that chemistry, but also to talk about how these films evolved over time. Okay.
First off, we're going to actually start with the last one that these guys did together. It's called You've Got Mail, and this is kind of at the start of the whole internet craze, Sue. I don't know if you remember, but I remember vividly of a time when you first got on the internet, do the whole and then once you got logged on, you would hear this, "You've got mail." Do you remember that, Sue?
I do remember, and that was the AOL signature line as well. And AOL, of course, has gone away, and now we just connect in, and we've got Gmail, we've got Yahoo, we've got Hotmail, we've got Microsoft, we've got it all.
We do. We sure do.
And we're told we've got mail. It just pops up on the screen. There it is.
Now, the interesting thing about this film is we've got Tom Hanks, we've got Meg Ryan. They're the stars of this film, but they don't necessarily, at the beginning of the film, they don't know each other.
They don't know each other. They actually go into what in the old days we would call chat rooms, and now we probably use more dating services than we do chat rooms.
Right.
So as a result, we've had a little bit of change of how we do it, but I think we still meet maybe those future friends and or mates that we on the internet.
Right.
And so this was the beginning of that. One of the things I would like to say about You've Got Mail, I was concerned about whether or not it would date it. Just that whole idea of the screech sound that comes through as we're getting ready to get online. And it does have a little bit of, but it's not so much that, it's the conversation between the two people and the conversation that develops. And I think that's what we have to see, and it's a nice old-fashioned love story.
And like you said, the conversation begins early on in the film. They don't know each other, but they know each other through the internet. They know each other through the mail, or the email, I should say. But then our characters finally meet each other, but they don't know it's their computer handles, I guess.
No, they don't.
Both Tom Hanks and both Meg Ryan, they are owners of bookstores. Meg Ryan owns a kind of mom and pop type bookstore deep in the heart of New York City, and Tom Hanks's character owns a
mega store.
mega bookstore. So as you could tell, they're probably at odds in the film, and they are.
Well, the thing about it is they really first physically meet when Tom Hanks brings in his brother, who is like 7 years old, and his aunt. And that leads us into Tom Hanks's father, who is played by Dabney Coleman.
Right.
And he has a short role, but it's comedic enough that we enjoy it and see that. But the children, and that begins another conversation they have, and I think that begins the first face-to-face spark that you've seen between the two.
Yeah.
So I think we have more than a spark on email, and on the email aspect or the chat room side of it. But in those first encounters, they start to fall in love, we think.
Yeah, and then the movie goes on from there, and it's a good movie. I enjoy it. I've seen it several times. Sue, I'm interested. Are you a fan of the movie You've Got Mail?
I love the film. In fact, it's one of those that makes me feel good. It makes me feel good about love. It makes me feel about all that's there. And there's one of the things that I wanted to quote into it is about the communication itself. There's a quote from Kathleen Kelly, who's in the film, and she says, "The odd thing about this form of communication..." Oh, no, excuse me, I've got the wrong film. See, I got mixed up. Excuse me there, Chris.
This is what I love about Sue. Sue has got so many notes. She puts me to shame with her notes, man. I love it.
No, this is okay. But anyway, there's a quote in it whenever they're talking, and they go through it, and it says, "People are always telling you that change is a good thing, but all they're really saying is it's something you didn't want to happen. It all has happened. Now, this is going back to the stores,
Mm-hmm.
but also my store is closing this week. I own a store. Did I ever tell you that? It's a lovely store, and in fact, it will be something really depressing, like a baby gap. Soon it'll just be a memory. In fact, some foolish person will probably think it's a tribute to this city. The way it keeps changing on you, the way you can never count on it or something. I know, because that's the sort of thing I'm always saying. But the truth is, I'm heartbroken. I feel as if the part of me has died and my mother has died all over again, and no one can ever make it right. But that's what the good news is with this. That sounds so depressing, but it's not, because they do meet and they fall in love. And I'm going to give it away if you've never seen this film, because when they finally get together in the end, she says to him, "I was hoping it was you." And at that point, Sue melts into the floor, and I fall in love with them, and I fall all over again.
You do. You really, really do. I'm curious, Sue, do you have to like romantic comedies to like this? Because I love romantic comedies. I love this film. Sabrina, she does not like romantic comedies. I'm pretty sure she probably doesn't. So can you get enjoyment if you don't like the romantic comedy genre?
Yes, you can. And, sometimes they call them chick flicks. They're not always chick flicks. I will tell on my husband. My husband likes this film, and he likes it a lot, and he's like me. He melts all over again.
I love it.
And maybe it's because the two of us are watching it together. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah,
That's part of it.
And that's what makes movies so special, that you can kind of bond and get the same kind of enjoyment out of it.
Yeah.
The movie's called You've Got Mail, and you can find it on DVD. Coming up after the break, we're going to review a movie that to me is very polarizing. To me is I don't like it. I'm kind of curious to see if Sue does. We'll find out next on KWOC.